Hey, Cynthia, those of you online, just letting you know that we will begin at 1:05 just to allow everyone to get in and get a coffee and everything. So starting shortly here.
I love being early.
Hey there. Good, how are you? Are you Cecilia's mom? Hi, great to meet you. I'm Leah with JuLeah Design. So
It's so overwhelming to figure out where the find help tech button is.
right.
So I'll see.
It's so much, I know it. Because you're an agent actually in
I'm in the western part of the state.
okay.
Which, I got, all the marketing stuff is starting to go out and I have people that are telling me, we're not interested. We're interested more in the mountains.
Oh, I
is where
see.
am. So
Right.
I'm-
We could always tag your contacts so
Yeah,
they
we're
don't
gonna-
get the same
we're
newsletters.
doing that.
Okay,
Yeah, but
wonderful.
I didn't realize it until it started happening.
Right,
And when it
right.
started happening and I was like, ah.
Oh, wrong, different market. So yeah, we'll be able to take
So
care of
we'll-
that
we'll
too.
do that. I'll
Okay.
Customize something for the West.
Perfect. That sounds awesome. Okay, good deal. Of course. Yeah, it's great to meet you.
Leah. Hey, Leah. Leah.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Like Charlotte and different areas of Charlotte. I love that. Yes, absolutely. Especially if you want to target that more, metropolis area. Yeah. I would say like those kind of things implies that you help sell in the city. If you want to focus more on Waxhaw, I'll just pick the pictures based on your target market. And if that's all around Charlotte, then that's fine too. Have like a city picture and then a rural area too. Yeah. Right. Anywhere they'll have you, right? Right. Yeah. Put me to work. We're just starting in 1 minute here, guys. So if you need a coffee or anything, feel free. Michelle, how are you? Yep. Yeah, we're about to start here in 1 minute. I did see her, maybe on that side. Excuse me. All right, friends, let's get started. So as most of you probably know, I'm Leah with JuLeah Designs, right? I'm your MC Tech Coordinator. Today's class, we are going to be working on all your consumer tools. What that means is all the tools that you have and can provide for your client. So that'll be things like your website, right? That they can search the entire country of listings on. That's your KW mobile search app. So you can share a branded app with them that will always have you branded automatically so you can see what they're favoriting and such right from your command database. I'll also show you how you can create like a listing landing page, like an open house sign-in sheet, so that you can capture leads right into command. So those are kind of the big things we'll be touching on today. Just before I start, I do want to show you, let me make sure that can they hear me. Let's see. Oh, yes. Yes, this is on Zoom as well. Yeah, so weekly it's on Zoom. And just so you guys know too, so like the first hour, right, we'll do the teaching and then we stick around for like a Q&A or anything else you guys want to see. So even weekly, if you're like, oh, I don't really need this class, if you just come even to that Q&A, we can cover anything you guys want. So that'll be from 2 to 2:30 on Tuesdays, you know. So just so you know, that's available for you guys as well. And of course, you can book one-on-one appointments with us anytime, right? That's on kwbresources.com. Yes, and Cynthia, you do just email your database to Scott Leroy Marketing to load that. He just needs an Excel spreadsheet of that. And I'll kind of cover it as I get into command, if that helps. All right, so just so you guys know, on kwbresources.com, right, you can click I need tech help on the top right here. That's our Calendly link. So you can go ahead and book an appointment with us. It's free for you guys to meet with us up to once a week, 30 minutes a week. The Market Center pays for you guys to meet with us. So just so you guys know, that is available for you. We do book out about a week in advance. So, you know, if you have any time sensitive questions, feel free to email us, right? Here's my email. But also, I'd love for you guys to write down Scott Leroy Marketing's email address. So this is the website I'll talk more about, but support@scottleroymarketing.com. They reply to emails within about 5 to 10 minutes. So if you are wondering, okay, if I have a really quick KW tech question or a question about DocuSign that I need answered right now, support@scottleroymarketing.com, free tech help, anything you need. And I'm going to tell you today how you can leverage your website creation to Scott Leroy Marketing so you don't have to be adding pages. I'm going to show you how to get all that done for you for free. All right, so again, I need tech help on the top right of KWB Resources. If you need us, yeah, no problem. All right, and let's dive into command on that note. So if you can pull open a tab on your computer and go to agent.kw.com, that's where you go to log into command, right? That's agent.kw.com. And if you are newer to command, all right, and you're not sure what your password is, if you search your personal inbox for Scott Leroy Marketing, they send you all of your passwords, okay? And I know it's a lot, right? And we'll be digging into that. But if you're ever unsure of what your passwords are, just, search your inbox, scottleroymarketing.com, and that will come up. It's your Keller Cloud setup email. All right, so first thing that I want to do is talk about how leads come into your account before we go through and make sure everything is set up properly. So when you get a lead that goes on your website and starts searching for homes, all right, if they create an account on your website or your app, that lead will come straight into your command database, okay? So I'm not going to click on it, but you'll see that contact section on the left-hand side here. That's where you can view your entire database as well as your leads. A couple other places though. First of all, this icon on the top right here, those will be all of your notifications in that bell icon. So you'll get notified of any leads on the top right there and on the KW command app. Okay, so if you don't already, make sure you do have the command app downloaded because it will push any notifications to you of leads coming in. So you can stay on top of those. All right, and I'll go through that more. If you have some question marks on how to download the command app, just hold off and I can help you with that. All right, and the third way I want to make sure that you're staying on top of leads is having your recent leads pulled to the top here. By default, I think it puts it on the bottom. So if you could join me again, I'm on agent.kw.com. I'm just on my home screen here. And click on customize on the right-hand side. So customize. Typically those leads are at the bottom here for some reason whenever it's set up. So if you can grab the, the dots in a rectangle on the left-hand side of recent leads, click and drag it to the top. You can't switch which side it's on, but we can bring it to the very top. Right, but you can see here, this is editing your home page. So depending on what tools you want to see in what order, I just really would like recent leads to be on top. So anytime a new lead comes in, it's the first thing you're hit with as you log in. And you can click save or apply. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So I am in just agent.kw.com. So we're on our home page here. So I logged into command. And then that'll be on customize on the top right here. So that action item on the top right. Sorry.
It won't seem to say that.
So you were then able to pull the recent leads to the top, right?
It bounces right back down.
You have it on the top right of your account? Yeah, under your name. Does it say customize? Oh, no, you're good. Okay, awesome. Yes. Wonderful. Great. How are you guys doing? Okay.
Just drag it.
Yeah, exactly. So where it says recent leads, you need to click and hold your mouse to drag it to the top. Click and hold. And you can't switch which column, but if you drag and carry it to the top and let go. And then you will need to click apply in order to see that take effect. Did we achieve that? Yeah, all right. All right, that'll be great. It'll be right in front of you every time you log into command, all right? So next thing I want to do is make sure that all of your contact information is correct on your mobile app, your website, your landing pages. It all pulls from one spot, okay? And these are steps that I would recommend writing down. If you ever get a new headshot or change your phone number, it just needs to be updated one spot and it updates everywhere. So to get there, there's 4 steps to get there, right? From command, click on your name on the top right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, so you have 2 profiles, correct?
Should I be making this KW or it's not following through all the way?
On the team side.
That's one of the questions I said to Scott. This is going to help me do that.
Gotcha. Are you saying like to create opportunities or?
So have the name be the same throughout. Right now,
Your name. Gotcha. Yeah. Is it updating your name or your website? Yeah. Because Scott Lorry Marketing, anytime you join a team, anything you send them, they can update everything in the marketing profile. So that's perfect what you did. So you'll have 2 different profiles. You'll notice, like if you click your name on the top right, you can switch back and forth to your team profile or your personal profile, right? So depending on what you're trying to edit, but typically it'll all be edited as one. I'll try to point out where the team it will differ, and I'll also help you with it as well. But changing it in your personal account is fine. I mean, it would pull from the same marketing profile. However, as far as your database, like for this, the leads being at the top, I believe you would have to change that on both. Yeah. So like I have a team profile and like the leads didn't pull up here. I would need to come in here and customize that and pull up the recent leads. You're totally correct. Sorry, does that help clarify? Okay, wonderful. I know it's a little confusing with teams. All right, so again, if you can click on your name on the top right of command and then settings from that drop down. And again, where we're going is the one spot to update your contact information for it to update everywhere. And like you said, too, you can also send this stuff to Scott Lorry Marketing for them to update it, which is wonderful. But it's important for you to look through what's populating on everything. So that next step, again, what I did, I clicked my name on the top right, settings from that drop down. Then on the left-hand side, connect settings. And marketing profile. And I'll say that again in case you want to jot that down. Okay, so again, step 1 was I clicked on my headshot or my name on the top right. Step 2, settings. Step 3, connect settings on the left-hand side. And then we just have that marketing profile for step 4. Okay. So this is where all of your contact information pulls from to go on the mobile app, your website, any landing pages. So scroll through here, make sure that it looks correct. Mainly some things you want to focus on, your bio. That is typically updated with a generic Scott Lorre marketing bio. While that's great, it does nothing really to help people connect to you. And Google also recognizes that it's the same default bio across all platforms. So it just doesn't help you with search engine optimization. So a bio, if you're jotting down notes, that would be one of the biggest things that you can write for your website to personalize you, right? To make you more of a human and not just a person on the internet. Okay, so I do have bio tips. If you would like those, feel free to email me anything I say that you guys want from me at contact@juleahdesigns.com. So if you send me an email that just says bio tips, I'll send you that. All right, but essentially once you get done with your bio, send it to Scott Lorre Marketing and he can update it for you everywhere. Okay, so he's your free tech leverage. As I scroll down, right, you can eye over everything else. I really just would like you to scroll down to the bottom. Now, Scott Lorre Marketing sets this up for you, so that's why it's set up at all. Of course, you can make any changes. And I would also look at adding your social media links at the bottom here as well. Right, so this will make your social media appear on your website, mobile app, etc.
Personal or your business page?
I would personally do my business page, but you can do whichever one that you're primarily using. So if you're primarily using your personal account, either one will work here. So either one. All right, and then make sure you click save on the bottom if you made any changes. Any questions about your marketing profile? Okay. All right, guys. So now we're going to go over and take a look at your website. All right, so now that we saw where the back end pulls from, again, make sure you click save if you made any changes. Yeah, you can. You can go ahead and update. Yep. Yeah, if you want it to be sold by Kenny, you can go ahead, or Scott will do it everywhere. Might as well, yes. There are a couple other spots, just so you know. So when he responds, have him still do it to change it out just to make sure it's everywhere. But you're absolutely correct. That's the primary spot. Yeah, absolutely. Good question. Okay, guys, let's see our website. So how we access all of our consumer tools. So really, as you're learning command, on the left-hand side, right, this is really your toolbar that you'll want to pay attention to. Right? And if you click on the KW logo on the very top left, it pans out so I can start to learn what each one of these icons mean. The best way you can learn command is really just to click down the list and see what you have access to. All right, in this case, we're going to go to the very bottom option, the consumer option. All right, and again, what that means is consumer, like for your client. These are all the back end for all the tools that are for your clients. First and foremost being your website. Okay, so if you click on, again, the consumer option on the very bottom left, very bottom icon, you'll see your website address right here, and you can click on that to pull it open. Now, your website address is typically something like your first and last name .kw.com. If you can put it big in your brain, it does not allow for www. Before it. So if you're getting any print material, do not put www. It doesn't work. You just need to put your first and last name .kw.com. Now, while we're on that topic, kind of a next level tip, right, is you can purchase a domain name. Now, if that hurts your head already, it's okay. You do not need to have one by any means. What a domain name is instead of putting, let's say, that on a sign where, okay, Leah, my first and last name .kw.com, right? That's a lot for people to remember with the dots, maybe. Maybe I just want it to be leahsellsproperties.com, right? What I would do in that case is I would go to GoDaddy.com and you can search any website name ever. And for about $12 a year, so it's a pretty nominal cost. And one of the best costs you can put your money into for not only branding, but let's just say if you get a new website, right? If you make the crazy choice to go somewhere else, right? That website address stays with you forever, right? That domain name. So that you don't have to change your print material. It's always the same. So my recommendation is go to GoDaddy.com. You'll see a search bar at the top where you can start searching website names to see if it's taken already. And let's say you find one that you like. Okay, again, around $12 for the entire year. It's not too bad. And then Scott Lorre Marketing will forward it to your website for you. So all you have to do is find a domain name that you like and buy it for $12-ish, right? And then email Scott Lorre Marketing and they will forward it to your command website so that it goes to your KW website. Okay. Questions on that? I do know that's
So
next
you don't
level.
have to print material.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody needs to know.
No one needs to know the underlying address. So as long as you're always putting out like leahsellsproperties.com, let's say in the future, I got a new website that was very bougie. All I would have to do is switch the settings in the domain name to switch to the new site.
You would have your official new name printed. But it would
Exactly.
really go to that.
Exactly.
Instead of like.
Yeah. And it really puts you in control. So then forever, any print material will always stand true because you own that domain. You control where it points at all times. That makes sense. I know that's next level, so please let me know. And mentioning too, if you book an appointment with us, we can help you find that domain name. Like we'll go and GoDaddy with you. We'll, throw around some ideas for what that domain could be. I will note that South Carolina doesn't allow for you to brand with realty, real estate, or realtor in your domain name. Okay, so just keep that in mind. I would recommend just letting Sabril look at the domain name. But again, if you do book an appointment with us, we know the compliance rules as well, so we can help you. And just also to mention, that's not a necessary first step. However, that's a really good thing for you to think about in the first 6 months of your business, for sure, and before you get too much print material. And again, we can help with that, totally. So what we're looking at here, first, I'm going to show you the functionality of the site, and then we'll take a look of what we can edit with it and what we can do with our site. So this site's functionality is awesome, okay? This website syncs with the KW mobile search app, okay? So we'll be working with both in today's class. This can search the entire country of listings. Every MLS, every brokerage is available here. So you can share your website and your mobile app with anyone around the country, and they can search homes, okay? So I am on my live website. So I got here in the back end of command, the consumer tools, and then it shows me my website address. So that helps. Yeah. Some cool functionality I want to show you, okay, on the site, for example, is let's say I have a client who's interested in like Weddington School District, right? And they went in here and searched Weddington, for example. They could see that based on the school district as well, right? So, or if I wanted to share a search to my social media, right? I'm going to show you some of the search capabilities it can do, okay? And then of course, I'll break it down a little more and we can always help you. But let's say I want to share on my Facebook page all the homes that are for sale in the Weddington School District, all right? So what I would do to do that, now this is free for you to do, right? Is pull up my website and I searched Weddington, right? In the search bar. Just note that when you search in the search bar, right, you can see that it starts breaking it down by address, cities, neighborhoods, schools, right? All of them are great to click on. So depending on what you're looking for to promote though, let's say I want the Weddington High School District, right? So, right, this is the search that if I shared this to my Facebook, they could click on it, come see all the homes in the Weddington School District, click on photos, open houses, and do their own searches, right? So how I would do that is first, step one, I perform the search, right? I did that, whatever criteria you want. Let's say Weddington High School. Step two, I'm just going to copy this URL at the top. So this URL, right? If I click on it once, it highlights the whole thing. But so highlight the entire thing to copy it. So you can right click to copy, right? So we're highlighting that URL to copy it. Right, let me see if I have a Facebook account linked up here. I'm just going to show you how you can add it to your Facebook. If Joel's logged in. Does anyone know their Facebook password, I do. All right. Yeah, right. Just this time, next class now. So what you can essentially do, right? I'm just going to come on in here to my Facebook page. And this is kind of like a little, side step here. I want to show you how easy it is to post on your social media, just different link searches from your website. Okay. So what I'm going to do, over to my account, is so I'm on my Facebook business page. This can be on your personal page, however you normally post on social media. So all I'm going to do is take that link, right? I did the search. Now I'm going to copy the link at the top. I'm going to switch tabs to Facebook. and I can right click to paste that in. Okay. So when they click on that, they will be able to see all homes in the Wellington School District. So, I could write something like, click for homes in the Wellington School District. Let us know if you want to see any of these homes in person, right? All right, so that's one kind of search you can do. Another kind of search, and I'm sorry, I'm just switching back and forth tabs. Please let me know if I lose you. I just have Facebook up in one tab and then my KW Live site up in another. Right, another cool search that you can share, and I might make it a goal like to do it every Friday, right, or every Monday. I want you to share one of these searches to your Facebook page. All right, these get such good traction when you do that. Another thing you could do, right? So let's say you perform a search, wherever you want it to be. Let's say Mint Hill. Okay, wherever you specialize in. So I redid a search for Mint Hill, but there's some cool things that we can add with that. So once you do a search on your site, does everyone know how to access their website? We okay on that? Great. I'm going to take your silence as a yes, you feel confident.
My question was, okay, so you shared that. About
Yes.
schools on the website. What happened? What do they do? Somebody sees that, what do they do?
Yes.
Click on one of those?
Yeah, so then they get driven to this search that you created. So instead of just going to your website and seeing everything, you're driving them. Let's say if I wanted to do like Mint Hill open houses this weekend. Uh-oh, Bill, story of my life. Or Mint Hill price reductions. Price reductions is a huge one that gets clicks as well. So this is a cool one for you guys to know. Okay, how to search price reductions on your home or on your site so you can share that. So once you search whatever the area is, this more button is your best friend here because it just gives you really cool things to select, such as if you want to share all homes in Mint Hill area with a pool, if you want to share all Mint Hill homes with an open house coming up, or with a price reduction in the last 7 days, let's say. It'll update my search. So these are just the ones with the price reductions, right? So then what I could do is, again, copy this URL. And when I go to Facebook, and I'll do it so you guys can see what it looks like when they click it, view this exclusive list of Mint Hill homes with a price reduction in the last 7 days. Let me know if you'd like a private showing on any of these. Okay, and I'm going to right click, or I'm going to paste the link in whatever way you paste. So I'm going to right click and paste. All right, and it will auto, like as far as the picture it puts your headshot that's pulling from the site, just so you know. And you can click post. Of course, I'll probably do some, just for real practice, some hashtags like Mint Hill Homes, price reductions, homes for sale, Charlotte real estate. Recommendation these days is about 4 hashtags. Good question. So hashtags will help group your post. So for example, let's say someone else likes a post that had the hashtag dream home, right? What it tells the algorithm is that person likes posts about potential dream homes. So they'll start showing all the other posts that have the hashtag dream home. Exactly. So that's kind of the basis. Yeah, I know it. It's a confusing concept, right? It just allows the algorithm to know what the topic is. Right, and they absolutely can.
But just going by likes, it's much more important.
Exactly, right. So it tells, them what they're interested in and pulls up posts that are similar. So that's why you'll see a lot of realtors putting in hashtags like realtors or KW real estate agent. Who else hashtags things like that? Other realtors, right? So you're really getting in front of other realtors, which, I mean, yeah, that's fine for referrals. So no, the recommendation about 6 months ago, maybe a year ago, was 11 hashtags. They update their algorithm a lot. So honestly, I would say anywhere between 4 and 10 is fine. I would recommend at least adding 3. And if you're looking for just a couple default, homes for sale, hashtag homes for sale, hashtag Charlotte NC, right? Because that gets your location, right? And hashtag Charlotte Market or hashtag market update, things like that, housing market, right? Try to think more like a consumer. What would you Google as a consumer in Google to try to find some of the information, right? And that's where I think realtors will use a little bit too heavy on the terminology. So take it a step down to think of things like dream home, right? Or home inspiration, right? Those are the things that other people are liking, dream home goals. And you can see how many people are posting with that, right? Like, so I wouldn't want to put dream home awaits, for example, because I can see there's less than 1,000 posts from that. However, I can see there's 15 million for dream home, meaning there's a bigger chance that someone else has liked that, that'll make your post pull up. Does that make sense? Okay, I know that's a lot, but let me know if you have any other questions on hashtags. I do not think it makes or breaks your post necessarily, so don't get too hung up on it. But let's say I'll go ahead and post this, just so you guys can see what it looks like when they go to click on it from your Facebook page. So this is what it looks like. Right, and so when they click on it, it just brings them straight to that search. And what's cool is that it's a dynamic link. So meaning if next week they click the link, well, there's obviously all new homes with a price reduction. So it's always a live link, always the newest homes with a price reduction, which is cool.
So it actually brings all those houses.
Yeah, yeah.
And would it have your agent up there?
Mm-hmm.
Have you there?
Mhm. Exactly. Right, because you would post it from your website. So they would get brought there. And it really helps bring traffic to your website, allows them to keep searching homes after that as well.
You would want to post it on your business page.
Yeah,
That would be coming up.
it will. It'll come up on your personal page too. Yeah. So either one, I would recommend. Yeah, of course, with Instagram, just acknowledging that the issue with or obstacle, Instagram doesn't allow clickable URLs like links in their, the Instagram caption, just so you guys know. So if, to get around that, you can't put links in your bio, right? But just a heads up, Instagram, it's just not clickable in the Instagram caption, which is really annoying. So just to note that LinkedIn is another great place to put this. Again, we posted for an agent first time on LinkedIn, and yeah, he got a new referral just by posting one thing real estate related on LinkedIn, right? So if you have done nothing on LinkedIn, let your sphere know that you're in real estate. Okay, that's the goal behind these posts, right? Yes, to drive traffic, yes, to help you get buyers, but also to remind your sphere that you have the knowledge and resources to help them find their dream home, no matter where that is, right? And it's a good way to help draw your specialties out, right? Is your specialty in Valentine? Is it lake properties? Is it uptown? Great, share posts about that area, meaning search for that on your website and then share it to Facebook. Are we okay on the how on this, or the reason behind the strategy? Please. So I always forget which color is which, but the command app, thank you. Yes, so you are exactly right. So the white app, and if you guys want to go ahead and pull up your phone and type in, your search bar KW, that should pull up both apps if you have it. So this site right here, let's say if someone opened up this website on their phone, it would automatically drive them to download the mobile app version because it's more mobile friendly. Now, the one that's connected to this site is just the one that's, like you're saying, it's the white app with the red KW. Does everyone have both apps on there? If not, go to your app store and search KW. Right, this one again is on the white one. So first thing I want to just check on this app to make sure it's branded to you, and then I'll talk about how they link together. So if you can pull up again that white app and click on the more button on the very bottom right of the app. So pull up the white KW app, and I'll try to show this too. And then click, so you can see this, the more button on the bottom right. It should show you in the blue bar at the top if it's connected to you. Okay, so there's like a navy bar at the top, right? And it should show you as the agent. Good. Oh, good. Yes. Do you see? I just want to make sure. Okay, yeah, you are not branded to you. So let's click find an agent, and you only have to do this one time, and your clients will not have to do it. So search your name. You have yourself in there. I feel like I've checked it. Yep, you're good. You want me to check your app? You're good. Anything? Yes. That's okay.
So you've said, like, I just texted myself. to help my
Mhm.
friends. So if I go on this app and look at it,
Mhm.
isn't it supposed to show up somewhere? On the app and using it?
Oh, so if you, yeah, so how you get notified if people do use your app. So first, let me show you how you can share it here, and then I'll let you know how you can see if people are downloading it and logging into your app.
Why is that?
So that's a good question. That's how you logged in. So that's showing the client. You can log
Oh,
out.
that's the client. That's the
Yeah,
app.
that's right. Exactly. So you just logged in. So whenever guys, right, whenever you're on this app, most of you look like you've already signed up, right? Because this is a consumer app. This is not for you as the agent. There's no agent login on this, right? All you need to do is make sure you are connected in this blue or whatever navy box here, which you all are now. And if you scroll to the bottom of that page, so again, on the More tab, scroll to the bottom, there's the option to share the KW app. Who has an Android in here, anyone? Okay, it's just glitching a little on Android, so. Let's see.
I usually share it from the red app.
Yeah, you totally can, but yeah, right there. You have to scroll to the bottom of that
okay.
page. But nice. Yeah, you can do it from the command app, which I've personally been moving over to. I like that. I'll show you that too. But right, the idea is, right? Exactly. So when you click share app, share the KW app there, it'll share your branded app, meaning they don't have to go search for you. When they download the app, it'll automatically have you as the agent in that navy bar right at the top. So they don't have to search for you. Why that's cool too is then you're able to see the homes that they're favoriting right in your KW command account, okay, or any saved searches. Now, when they download your app, okay, they have to sign up or sign in. Those are the two options it's giving them, right? So when they sign up, right, that's when the lead goes into your KW command account. I'm going to show you how those look when they're in your command account and how you can see if anyone has the app. Okay, so I'm switching gears slightly, not to lose anyone, but if you want to join me, I'm going to show you how you can see who's signed in on your app currently, and then you know how that looks for future leads as well. So I'm in command, so agent.kw.com, or it's the tab that has the red KW on it, right? And I'm going to go to your database. So I am switching gears a little bit. We're going to take a look at leads coming in. So it's the second icon from the top on the left-hand side. Looks like a little contact guy. Okay, so contacts. All right, and what I can do is I can actually filter by contacts that are registered on my app. So let's take a look at that first. Maybe don't have any in here. Let's see. So if I click on filters on the very top, so again, if I lost anyone, I'm in my command database. So the contacts tab on the left-hand side, and then click on the filters button. Okay, that will allow you to filter for contacts that have the app branded to you. Okay, so on the very bottom, you'll see that option branded to me, and you can say yes. And once you click apply, let me go over to my team database here. It'll show you any contacts that you have linked on the app. Let me try to find one. I just recently redid my database. So whenever someone registers on your app, they will have a check mark next to their name. Hold on, let me show you one. So when they register on your account or in there, did anyone have leads come up or anyone that was on their app when you click to filter that way? Yay. Can I see your account actually to see if I can show the check mark? Yay. Do you mind if I take this around for a second? All right. So you see these check marks? Here, I'm going to just walk around for a second. You see those check marks right there? That's how you know that they're registered on your app. See those check marks? That's how you know the ones that are registered on your app or on your website. And I know you already saw the check marks, didn't you? All right. So just so you know, now the reason that's important to know, see, these are the check marks that you'll
Where
see.
did you get to that?
So I mean, this is on your command on your, well, this is on your
command.
phone. Thank you.
Oh,
I sent her the app. And she got.
And she registered.
She registered. I was shocked.
That's awesome. That's so great to hear.
I wasn't asking her anything. She's my real estate client.
Sorry. Okay, perfect. Yeah, if you click on filters and then it's kind of hiding branded to me. Yes. And then apply. Now it should show you anyone. Okay, so you which that lines up, right? You should be in there because you have it on your phone. So that's good for you to see. So now if you were to click on anyone in your database that had that check mark on there, you can see any homes that they're favoriting or safe searches that they're setting up. Okay. So again, let me show you where that would be. So if let's say this person was on my app, right? I would have a check mark showing that. And in this timeline right here, so in the app itself, I'm sorry, in the command contact record here, it'll always have a timeline, which will show you A, when they registered on your app, and B, any homes that they're favoriting or safe searches that they set up. Okay, so you do not get a notification when they favorite homes. You do know though, which contacts are on your app, and you can see in their timeline if they're favoriting anything.
Did you already say how you see what the favorite?
Yeah, it's from the timeline here. Yeah, so if you click on the name, it should be just what's defaulting right here on the timeline. So I'm guessing right now it just says something like she registered on your app. Does it say that? So then as she favorites things, again, you won't get a notification, but you can check back in here, and you can set up a safe search for her too, though. So let's say you know that client's criteria and they register on the app. You can set up a safe search from here, which will A, show on their app that safe search, and B, you have the ability to set it up to also email them to notify them of these. So now this safe search right here, they would need to be on your app in order for this to work. Okay, so versus the safe search in the MLS, right, where you can send that to anyone, right? If you use this safe search capability up here, they would need to be on your app. They view the properties on your app, but you can also email them as well, like those properties, that is. So just so you guys know, again, they would need to be registered on my app. I would know that with the check mark that's here, and it also shows their lead, how they got in here. However, once, yeah. Yeah. Did you create an account, a new account on the app? Because you already have the app, right, on your phone. So it's not going to create a new lead unless you log out and then. Okay. So what's your question? When you registered on it, your lead, like yourself, did not come in? Did you click sign up on the app? Gotcha. Yeah. So usually, yeah, you'll have to click on sign up. I mean, that's when it gets to your clients. They click on sign up. You won't capture the lead unless they create an account.
So that information has to you already have the and they put that same.
No. I mean, if they do put in the same email address, it'll connect the existing contact record. But if they put a different email address in, that it'll create a new contact record. Yeah. And again, like if anyone pulls up your website on their phone, it guides them to download the mobile app, right? So with that in mind, I want you guys to realize that these sync together, right? Any homes they favorite here or any safe searches, right? They're able to see on both your app and on their website here in this feed section. That's where they see it. Questions on that so far, how the two work together? Do you guys feel comfortable on how leads come in with that? Do you have further questions around that? I would suggest starting to share your mobile app. So this is what I would suggest as far as a script for sharing your mobile app. So the mobile search app, right, that we just learned how to share, that allows your clients to drive around and search, and geographically, it shows them the listings that are for sale around them. They can see all the listing photos, right, property details, etc. Now, why it's such a cool app and what a good line is so that they don't just use Zillow, right? You can let them know that the KW app, it pulls from the MLS directly within less than an hour. It has the most up-to-date listings, whereas, Zillow, of course, has a track record of having older listings. So that gives them the ability to see the newest listings and also share with you what listings they want to see next, right? So if they favorite any, you'll be able to see that and set up showings for those, okay? So I would recommend sharing your app during your buyer consultations, okay? So if you're talking to a buyer, I use this app all the time. Like when I go to Charleston or on vacation, I want to see what the properties are worth around me. And you can just pull up the search, right? And searches by your location to see what homes are for sale. Now, again, so you feel comfortable sharing that, right? On the More tab here, that's where we go scroll to the bottom and click to share the KW app. Now you can do that from the Command app too. So just kind of while we're talking about apps, I do want to show you guys on the Command app, there's just one new really cool feature that I want you to be aware of, and that's your digital business card. And also this sharing the app from here. So if you do have the Command app on your phone, you can open that up and share both of those just by clicking your name on the very top of the Command app. I'll show you that once it loads, which it's not. Is your Command app loading? Okay, good. Thank you. Exactly. You can do mine. Thank you. Appreciate you.
They share it with somebody and they're not a friend, they can share it.
Yes, they sure can. Yep, exactly. So from the Command app, if you click on your name at the very top, you'll have two really cool features here. One is sharing my KW app link, right? So if you're just more in Command, right? Again, you simply click your name at the top and then you can share the KW app link. And the new feature, by clicking your name at the top, you can share your digital business card, right? So this, if anyone scans that, right, they would scan that with their phone, right? I know, this is new. And it would make it so that all their contact information goes straight to your phone, their phone, sorry. Thank you for that.
It works really well.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah. So everything. Yeah, especially with an iPhone, it'll just pull right up your contact page. You give all of your social media link, it pulls up all of your LinkedIn, your Facebook, your. As long as you put that in. Yep.
Yeah, it's pulling from your command marketing profile, which I can show you again, but that's where we started class. So anything, Scott Lorry Marketing can update any of that as well. It's not, it's only in the app. However, you could screenshot that. So let's say you wanted to put that QR code somewhere else. Yeah, on your card, exactly. You could take a screenshot on your phone and then even like crop around the QR code if you wanted to. And then it would save it like a picture file. So you can put it on flyers, on your business cards, you name it. Yeah. So what this one does is when they scan it, it pulls up like a contact record on their phone so they can just click save instead of having to like manually put in your phone number, then manually put in your email, not to mention your social links. Now it does not, what you're saying is, or asking, I think is, does it then prompt them to reply back with that their information? That it does not. However, there is a app that does that.
It is.
Is that, do you have Blink?
Yeah.
That's your,
Family.
yeah. Gotcha.
Can do it somewhere, something, I guess, depends on the phone thing.
So a free app that we have found, and Scott Lorry Marketing does set this up for you, but Blink, BLINQ, is a free app that would share their contact information back with you. So that is set up actually through your Scott Lorry Marketing setup. If you search Scott Lorry Marketing setup, if you are newer agent, that is. If not, we can always help you create a Blink account. Again, the main difference is it would prompt them to share their contact information back. Doesn't make them or anything, but it does at least prompt with the Blink app. This one does not, the KW Command app. But other than that, the functionality is great on that. But then BLINQ is the other app that's free that would prompt at least for them to share it back. It does not put their contact information directly into Command though. So it's, it's a separate platform. And, if you want us to help set that up with you, like we've set that up for you, Phyllis, right? So you can make an appointment with us. If you just want even that account set up, we can help you with that. But yeah, Scott Lorry Marketing already did set it up for you if you are newer to the brokerage. It's just a newer feature. All right, guys. Questions so far? I'm going to show you guys how to edit the back end of your site now. Okay, so most of the things Scott Lorry Marketing can do for you as far as editing, but there are some things you would maybe want to make some decisions on. So I'm going to switch gears here again. So I'm back in the KW command, right? KW logo on my tab. And I'm clicking on the consumer icon on the very bottom left. So consumer icon, the very bottom left. From here, if you can click on site and app settings on the very top right. So again, I clicked on the consumer icon on the left-hand side. And then site and app settings. It's not very eye-catching, so I just want to make sure you guys see where that is. And there's honestly not too much you have to do back here. Yeah, actually, yeah, so consumer here, not clicking on your website. So yeah, just consumer and then skipping on over to the site and app settings, kind of under your headshot in the top right. All right, so there's a few things that you can update. First of all, the text that goes across your website, I'm just going to pull up my live site so you can see what it is. This right here. So maybe I would suggest something like find your dream home, right? Or I have some things written down, ideas for you guys. Goals, taking your real estate goals to the next level. Let's see if there's a taking your real estate goals to the next level. Something like that, or search for your dream home, or professional and personal real estate services, or if you have a slogan, that's a good place to put it. Okay. Let me hear. Let's see. Oh no, you're good. Let's see what's going on. Oh, yeah, this is just your live site. Oh, and then yeah, perfect. You're here. So you already have find your dream home, so you can leave that. All right, those site hero images. So this website, they are rolling out a new template. However, the template kind of is what it is, right? The layout, there's not too much you can move around on the site. However, you can update the photos. Again, I'm on my live site real quick so I can show you. Now these scrolling images, if you have more than one, it'll scroll. Those scrolling images that you have in there are by default what all KW agents have. They're fine photos there. However, that's what your one big place that you can customize and add some wow to your site. So I would recommend you can find up to 5 of these. They're called hero images, agent site hero images. And Scott Leroy Marketing can add them for you. Okay, so I'm going to give you kind of like a honey-do list to send Scott Leroy Marketing. Okay, so it'll be a little homework on your part, but mostly they can do all the legwork of building your website. You just have to know what to ask. So the first thing I would recommend is updating these photos. With what photos, you might ask? And that answer is, so you can't just use any, like you can't just Google search an image and use it. An agent did that in our office and it was owned by National Geographic. So she got fined $800 and also told to take it down, not either or. So anyway, I hope that sticks in your mind because it did for me. I know, like, what? I know. It's like, what if I just take it down? Then do I have to pay $800? But no. So sites that give you free pictures, Pixabay is a great one. So if you type in Pixabay, Pixabay, and then search, let's say for luxury home or luxury kitchen, you pick whatever search term you want. All right, you'll see not the paid ones are at the top, right? But the free ones, so all of these are free. And look how pretty they are, right? These are gorgeous photos that really make your website have a little more wow. So let's say I really like this one here. If I want to use this photo on my website, I'm just going to click on it and click free download. It'll ask me what size. I usually just leave it and click download. So you can say you're not a robot and click to download it, and it'll download it to your computer. So the idea is you can find up to 5 photos like this. They do need to be horizontal landscape, right? Because that's the direction of your site. If you find 5 different ones, you find one that you want different. Whatever it is, send it to Scott Leroy Marketing. So that's support@scottleroymarketing.com, and he'll add those photos for you. They have to be resized to fit. So honestly, I would recommend sending it to him. You can upload them. Yeah. Like, oh, good question. Yes, it's because you have 5 already. Exactly. Yep. And it does, you'll see, the size it requires. So that is kind of a pain that Scott Leroy Marketing will do. But if you feel comfortable resizing, you can absolutely do it yourself too. Yeah. So anything I say, guys, you can also do yourself. However, Scott Leroy Marketing can do it for free. So for example, if you find 5 of those pictures, you can add it to one email and send it to them. They'll always need your command login, or you can upload them straight from here, right? If anything, you'll just get hit with, oh, it's not the right file size. And if it makes you want to pull your hair out, just send it to them. All right, so scrolling down slightly, this one's really important, the registration. So right now, or by default, it's set to not ever force them to register on your site. However, you can change that to make it so that, okay, after 2 properties, they have to register, after 10 properties. I would not recommend this very bottom one that says no property viewing, right? Because if they try to click on a property and it forces them to register right away, they're going to Zillow, right? Realtor.com, right? We need to show the value of your site. Totally up to you. Obviously, if your main goal of this site is lead capture, making it 2 properties might be your best bet. However, a lot of what your website does is brand you as being a credible, resourceful, and experienced agent. So having them on your website as long as possible can often do more good than capturing the lead from the website. Because I know me personally, if it asks me for my contact information, I'm not ready, I leave so quickly, right? So totally up to you with that strategy. My personal recommendation is 10 properties, again, with the goal of them seeing you as a branded, expert, resourceful agent. But if your goal is to capture leads, I would recommend the 2 properties one. And those are really the main things you need to know right here. When they download your app, it does say some text there. So if you want it to say different text, you can edit that. You don't need to do anything with virtual tours. That pulls directly from our MLS. So really the main things to know here is make sure you're adjusting what your property limits are and send Scott Leroy Marketing up to 5 images if you would like him to change those out. So on the top here, I'm just going to switch over. We're going to just quickly go through these so you can see what it does. But again, it's going to involve minimal work off your end. It's just mainly knowing what to send Scott Leroy Marketing. So URLs, right? That's showing you what your website address is and what your app URL is. You cannot change your app URL. I know it's not an ideal URL. However, right, when you're sharing this with them, that's why you're sharing it from your app typically. So it already autofills in that URL. There's really not a whole lot of times that, you have to like manually tell them what website to go to get to your app. No, instead you'd say, oh, let me get your phone number so I can go ahead and share that to you, or your email address, and you can share right from your phone is what I would recommend. If you have any other questions on your website name, feel free to jump in anytime. Yes, please. Oh, good question. No, so this section's only changing the subdomain, right? So it'll change everything before .kw.com. But you're right, like then once you buy a domain name, you'll connect those settings in the back end of the domain settings to port over. But again, Scott Leroy Marketing can do that too, or you can meet with us and we're happy to. There are how-to videos on all of this as well. So if you feel like you are comfortable with domains and want to do it yourself, we do have videos. Shoot me an email, I'll send it to you. Featured listings, that's a big one, guys. So that you have properties on the main page of your site. So I'm switching to my live site so you can just see where it is, right? So I typically want to have some featured listings on the main page of my site so they can just start clicking instead of having to search. Main downfall or con right now is that it doesn't automatically update. So meaning you can see I have 4 on the back end here. Well, once they close, they no longer show on the live site. So I would need to update that. Again, this is where Scott Leroy Marketing comes into play. I'd recommend, so you do have to, if you're going to promote listings, they do have to be KWB listings from the featured listings here. My recommendation is to find a few listings that you would like to feature on your site. You can either jot down the MLS number or the address, send it to Scott Leroy Marketing and let them know you would like these listings featured on your site. So as far as updating your featured listings, it would be as easy as emailing Scott Leroy Marketing so you don't actually have to be the one to do it. However, there is kind of that back end knowledge, and I'm hoping they'll update this pretty soon. They'll automatically pull your listings or the office listings. But right now that's manual. So it's just kind of knowing, okay, maybe once every 30, 60 days, I kind of should glance at my featured listings and see, are they still there? Have they closed? Right. And again, I would email Scott Leroy Marketing to update that. I do think that's one of the most important things you can do to get more engagement on your site. All right, so I'm just going over to theme. Right, there's a red and a black one. So again, not too crazy with the as far as how you can rearrange your site, but that is coming supposedly this quarter. So fingers crossed. The last thing I want you to note to send to Scott Leroy Marketing, I'm just going to talk about the agent site pages so you don't have to worry about it. You can email Scott Leroy Marketing and have them add 8 custom pages, I believe it is. They add things like a local school search, a vendor search, a mortgage calculator, to leave a review. They can add your testimonials here, an automated real estate blog. So all you need to know is when you email Scott Leroy Marketing, can you also add the, I think it's 8 custom pages to my website. They usually respond and say like, do you mean these custom pages? And it'll just be a list of what I just said and you just say yes. And then they'll do it for you. And in less than 24 hours generally. Mhm. Mhm. 9, you might already have them. Let's see if did you already email them? I might have emailed them for you. Yeah, it looks like they added them for you. Thanks. We might have emailed it for them for you.
So they're already there.
Yeah, you don't need to do that.
Do they automatically come up or do you have to identify, like, do you have to change all of those once you get them? I don't.
No, yeah, they'll do all of that for you. So if you just
So it's
shoot,
already populated.
yep, with like the search engine optimization, everything on the back end. Yeah, that's where knowing where to plug Scott in is huge, right? There's not a whole lot you need to learn about the website except what to ask Scott Lorry Marketing for. Because then, right, you can share any of those pages. So let's say you email Scott Lorry Marketing and you have him add those and he'll add, let's say, a local school search. So then what I could do is I could take this URL, share it to my Facebook again, and would you like to search homes and near you, or right, you can always just send different pages on your site, just post it to your Facebook. That's the easiest way you guys can start posting on Facebook. Once a week, I want you to make it a goal on Mondays, on Fridays, you pick. All right, go into your website, do a search, pick a page, and I want you to post that, copy the URL and post it to your Facebook. If you need help, book an appointment with us. I'll show you that. I'll sit down with you and we'll do the how-to so you feel totally comfortable with that process, right? I know you guys are getting a whole lot of, you can do this, you can do that with the KW technology. And that's kind of the idea of these hour classes, right? Is to know what you can do with it and then know, okay, my next step is this. I'm going to meet with them to go through that, right? And we'll do that with you in your business, okay? So just so you know, you are not alone in all of this, and it is a lot to learn. You're totally right, right? But don't feel like you have to remember everything to be a successful agent. Absolutely do not, right? That's what we're here for. Last thing I want to show you guys, and then we'll break or I'll answer anything that you guys want me to do. And I do want to show you guys that you can create an open house sign-in sheet. And this should only take me about 10 minutes. So of course, our class is kind of over, but if you want to stick around for 10 more minutes, I'm going to show you how you can create an open house landing page so that people can come to your open house and sign in, and the lead will come directly to your command database. Okay, so how you do that. And this is something that Scott Lorry Marketing can do for you as well. So if you kind of just want to watch me, because you don't necessarily need to learn it, because they'll just do it for you. But I do want you to know this tool is here because it's probably my favorite thing that Command has. So I'm in the consumer section. And what I'm going to do is, again, show you how to create a landing page. So what a landing page is a single page website to capture leads. So I do that from the consumer tab, and I'm going to go up to create new page. Remember, you don't need to hang on to everything I say here because I have a video and Scott Lorry Marketing can just do it for you. So when I create a new page, it'll give me the option to create it on my agent site or as a landing page. And again, that's a single page website, maybe for my listing or an open house sign-in page. So I'll click on create page. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to name this landing page open house sign-in, whatever. And on the right-hand side here, I'm really just going to grab 3 widgets. Okay, so what this is showing me is a blank page in the middle, and then the widgets I can add on the right-hand side. So what I'm going to do is click, hold my mouse down for the branded header, for example, to pull that over. All right, and I'll autofill from your marketing profile. If it looks a little funky, don't worry yet. We will have the ability to update this. I now want them to sign in, right? So I'm going to add the lead form to the top. But I could go under the listing details too, which I'll show you. So lead form at the top, and we'll change that to please sign in for the open house. And lastly, I want the listing details in there. Okay, so I'm going to take the listing, and I do know this is pretty quick, guys. So just know that you don't need to retain all of this. So that listing widget's right here. And what's cool about it is it pulls all the pictures and the details from the MLS. So far I added a branded header over, right? And I'm adding these widgets by clicking and holding and dragging it over. I added a lead form, which will make any contacts go directly to command, which is just super cool. And then a listing widget. And again, I'm just seeing the widgets right now, and then I'll be able to customize it. So to customize it, right, I'll click on configure widgets on the right-hand side, and it'll let me go down to each one of these to configure that. So let's say for the branded header, I want to click on and put in, let's say, welcome to the open house. Okay, you'll see you can edit some of the other details, but that does pull from your marketing profile. So once I click save and apply, I'll see that it pops up here, so I can make any changes if I don't like that. And at the top, it's showing me my widgets. So I can go to the next one. So I'm on 1 of 3. I'll click to the next one and it's going to take me here. So I would say something like, please sign in to the open house. Right. And I usually like the line is, for security reasons, please go ahead and sign in. And I'll tell you how you can have this up, right? You can either have it up on your laptop or your tablet for them to sign in right from there, or even have a QR code. And I'll tell you about that QR code for them to scan with their phone so they can sign in on their phone and always have the listing details with them as well. I'm going to tell you both ways. So again, I just changed this. The main downfall here is that you can't edit those questions. Okay, just so that you know, those questions, they are what it is. Super cool that it puts that information right into your command database. Only slight downfall, you can't change those questions. Okay, so if you have like a situation you want to have really specific questions, we have different guidance on that. But the goal of this is to get these open house leads right into command without you having to manually enter each one. So I'll click save and apply and go to the next one. And this is just the listing widget, right? So it's going to browse the MLS when I do this. I'm going to browse the MLS and go ahead and click like this one. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. And again, this is all things like if you email Scholarly Marketing and say, hey, I'm doing an open house for this address on Saturday, can you create an open house landing page for me? They'll go in and find the listing for you so you don't have to find it and go ahead and set this up and send it back to you.
Wow.
Yeah. You're so right. Yes. Yes, I love that. Yes, you absolutely can. You don't need to you can just switch out the listing. You can even duplicate this landing page and, switch out the listing that way. But yes, to answer your question. And I'll pull that full circle here. I think we're in a different country or something. All right. Anyway, so you can see it pulls in pictures. Yeah, right. Can you read it? Oh, well, perfect. So once we click save and apply, right, it does pull all the information from the MLS. So it'll pull in the, beds, baths, all the photos, etc., right into here.
Wow.
All right. So now what we need to do, right? So I have this created, right? Let's say Scholarly Marketing creates that, whatever it is. I'm going to publish the page. Now, the main last thing I need to tell you is kind of how to have this up. And again, I'll post on the Office Facebook page, like the how-to video on this. But essentially what you would do now that I have that created is let's say I'm at my open house. And let's say I want to just have that landing page open on my laptop or my tablet. Okay. What I could do in that case is, so to get that URL, right? And this is kind of confusing. You guys do need to know this. It's just whenever you click on consumer, you always see your agent site pages first. That's great and all, but right, we're making a landing page. The difference being it's a single page website built to capture leads, right? So just so you know, you need to switch to the landing pages tab at the top. I forget all the time. So I just want you guys to know. Once you click on that landing pages, you'll see that URL, right? So if you are at the open house, you can simply click on it and it'll open that up. Of course, you could email yourself that link and open it up from your email, right, from the open house. So then you can have your tablet open for them to sign in right from there. If that gives you peace of mind to know that they're actually signing in. However, another thing that you can do is have a QR code there. Now, we're all very familiar with QR codes after the pandemic. Creating them is a whole different story, but guess what? Scholarly Marketing does it within 5 minutes. I know that you didn't see that coming. So that is super cool as well. So honestly, they'll make a QR code for any website you ever want, and they reply within like 10 minutes with that. It's really awesome. So for example, let's say we have this open house sign-in sheet, even if you had them do it and ask them for a QR code, all you would need to do with that QR code. So, right, when they send you a QR code back, like we were kind of talking about earlier, it's a picture file, right? So then you can take that QR code, slap it on a blank Google Doc and just type welcome to the open house and print it. And then here it is. And some agents will put it like in one of those, things. And some agents will just have it sitting on their, on the island. People scan it, for security reasons. The seller wants everyone to log in. sign in, and then they get all the listing information right on their phone to take with them and your contact information. It's like a walking business card away from the open house. And I mean, I do see that typically people will register, sign in if they think the seller needs them to. However, now I'm not going to go through this. I just want you to know the capability of this because it's just so cool. It just launched, and I will go through this in another class. And if you want to meet with me, we can go through it sooner. What it can do now, when an open house lead comes in to command from here, it can make it so that it automatically launches an email back to them, a text message back to them that says, thank you for coming to the open house. What do you think about the open house? Feel free to give us your feedback. So the idea is you're cutting out time, A, having to manually put in your open house leads, and B, cutting out, well, what do I say next to them, right? That's an automated email that's automatically going to go out, right? And that can be a series of emails too. So I really want you to know that is the capability is there, and then I can help you set it up. But again, if they sign in here, by the time they're walking out the door, they're getting either a text message or an email thanking them for coming and asking for feedback, right? Automatically, without you having to do anything. So that's a huge value of this open house sign-in sheet. My challenge for you is to try to start integrating this into your business. Look for an open house to do. And if you don't feel comfortable doing this by yourself, of course, you can reach out to Scott, you can reach out to us, like let's plan your open house together. We'll do it with you. We'll give you tips on how to best get more business from those open houses, right? What will it look like if you were circle prospecting from that, right? Going, knocking, inviting people. So just so you know, we are here for you guys to go through that. What questions can I answer? I know that was a super quick rundown of that. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, so you're exactly right. So once you save it, and then you'll be able to see it just whenever you come back to the consumer tab, right? Just know you have to switch over to the landing pages. Because I always have a mini heart attack, like, I don't see it. It must have not saved, but it's just this tab over at the top, right? For the landing page specifically. And here that is, here's the one we created. So I can click on the 3 dots on the far right to edit that further. So if I wanted to just go in and edit the listing on it, for example, to switch it out, then that QR code will still be the same every time, right? You could use like the same open house QR code each time. So it's kind of like a one-time setup thing, and then you can use it for all your open houses to streamline open house leads and following up with them, right? Because open house leads is the number 2 biggest way successful agents get their business. First is referrals, right? Automating your email touches, etc. Second is open house leads. So referrals is at around, I think, 20-ish%. Open house is around 14-ish%. But questions on that or anything about the KW technology? Because I'm happy to, you have me for the next 20 minutes. If you have any questions, does it work? Download it. Transferred.
Back to Zoom.
Oh, good question. And Cynthia, can you tell me? Sorry, I might have not looked at this for a second. Does it work to download on Instagram? I'm asking about the listing being transferred. Can you tell me more about that question? I'm sorry, I might have not looked at that in time.
Can you hear me?
Answer that question for you, Allie. So if you are trying to see your pages on your website, so I'm going to pull back up my agent website here. No, it's all just under this one tab, and there is not. So like this is the live site, and then whatever yours says right here, you might say like agent with KW. That little drop down arrow. So that drop down here, that will give you the ability to see all the pages.
I want to make something like a they'll do that for you.
If you send them like in a Word doc what the content is, like if you type out what you want the content to say and even like a picture, they will add a custom page for you. Good question. Do you have a question, Jeanette? Yes, I published it. Exactly. Yeah, I mean, so you would have to publish the landing page in order to pull it up. No one sees it. So even if you're not ready or it's not a real listing, no one will find it ever unless you share it. So, as far as that, I did publish it. Here. Oh, yeah. So it'll make you configure the widgets too. Yep, exactly. And then, so it'll have you at least change the listing. Mhm.
So just change that to something else.
Exactly, to like a real listing. So it won't let you publish until like all the widgets are complete, is what it's looking for. Yeah, and you can click select next to any of them. Mhm. Yeah.
How do you get up to bring current listings back?
Are you looking for a certain listing that's not
No,
showing,
just-
or?
Just any listing.
It should show the most active one, so you can search for. Yeah, I mean, you can select one of those.
They're all gonna be old. So, 2022.
You might have to scroll down. They might be practice ones, or did you have a question?
Yeah, so, good to-
Okay,
it's changed most of this.
it's popping up wrong. Okay, it should be. Okay, yeah, if you can click on your name on the top right and then settings from that drop down. I'm just gonna see what's in the command marketing profile and then connect settings. And marketing profile, perfect. And then scroll down slightly. Is that all correct? Okay, interesting. And did you just create a new landing page, or is that an old one that you had? Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay, let's go, yeah, back to consumer. And then landing pages. Amazing. And then, okay, is that the one, right? And 3 dots. Yeah, and then edit there. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, sorry about that. So yeah, edit, and then now it should just automatically, like if you click on configure widgets, it's the branded header. I don't know if that's still your old info, right? But next time when you create it, it'll put the correct info up by default. Now that's correct in the marketing profile. Yeah, of course. Okay. Yeah, of course. Okay, yeah, can't wait. Bye, Lena.
It's just too small. You can't
Yeah.
even- no idea.
You can ask about Lori Marketing. They'll be able to like crop the sides.
It's equal to this.
Yeah, it doesn't like let you expand it. Scott Lori Marketing will be able to like crop out all the white, so it'll be as big as possible, but they don't have a way yet to update the logo.
Or is it always that small?
Yeah, with the command site, it'll typically always be kind of in that little area. I mean, if it's like a wider logo, sometimes it shows more. But yeah, that's pretty typical for the command site.
So I
But
can
like,
ask
I
them.
might recommend maybe putting like one of the banners you made right here, right? So it would show like
Oh,
the
so
Allison
it'll
Hope here.
show-
And that'd be really pretty to have your logo like right above this too,
So I can make something custom.
Mhm. Yeah,
Was that the hero photo?
yep, those are the hero photos,
So that's
exactly.
one of my 5, that would be one of my banners.
Exactly, and that's kind of like what I did with mine. It's just like, mine is actually just my Facebook banner. I was lazy and I just popped it in there. And it worked okay, which I was happy about. And it's so much. I know. Oh, Cynthia, I'm coming.
It's never ending, is it?
Oh, it's always changing too, which feels nice.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, Leah.
Big problem, if you got featured listing, they won your contract. Do they pop off the site?
I believe under contract stay, sold, they pop off, so. From my memory, yep.
Maybe 18 market would be, going
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say to spend a lot of your time on it, I don't think it's going to be a huge ROI, as far as you putting your time in it. So that's why I might suggest, on the first of every month, kind of just glance at your site and then shoot Scott an email with any new featured listings. But too, I think you can add up to 12. So then if you add like up to 12, let's say if you put in a lot of legwork to get the 12 in there, well, then like they might stay a little longer, some of them, But yes, you are right that you would have to go back in. And Cynthia, to answer your question, so the question is when you pull the URL and paste it on Facebook, can you do the same on Instagram? So Instagram just doesn't have the captions aren't clickable, Cynthia. So if you were to
Okay.
post a link in your Instagram caption, they just wouldn't be able to click on it from there.
Oh,
It's typically
okay,
a long
gotcha.
URL. So in that case, you can add a link to your bio. So here, I'll pull up my Instagram so you can see, and I'll try to show it to the. So for Instagram, so the question is, right, how do I, if it's a link, right, I was showing you guys how to, if you do a search on your website, you can share it to Facebook. Well, on Instagram, right, it doesn't let you click the caption, or it doesn't let you click the URL in the caption. So you can add up to now 5 links in your bio in Instagram. So if you have your Instagram account, you can pull it up if you want to see, let's say, how to add like your new website address in there. So I would click on, edit profile from my Instagram account, and then it lets me add up to 5 links. Oh, here it is. So under edit, you'll see now links. I'm sorry, I know it's probably a little hard to see, but you can click on links and you can add any further links. So in that case, you're welcome. I usually, like in my Instagram bio, I would put something like, you've probably seen link in bio, right? So that, they know that they can go click on it directly from the link in your bio. So that'd
Yeah,
be great to have your mobile app in there, for example. I can
okay,
help anyone with any of that.
great, thank you.
And of course, class is done. We have 10 minutes here, so I'm happy to do whatever and anything you guys want or answer any questions. Yeah. Mhm. Right. Good question. So the landing pages are not going to be on your website themselves. So those will be totally separate one-off websites that, and their point is typically to trade their lead information for something of value. So in this case, if you wanted to just promote the listing, right, you put it on there, and for a private showing, drop your information, right, kind of deal. And so it allows you to kind of just have like single property pages as well to promote your listing. Yeah, of course. Any other questions I can answer, guys? Do you think you guys feel good enough to sometime this week post something from your website to Facebook? A search? Okay, it's all right. You don't need a Facebook account really, but you could. Right. Facebook is great because A, it's a free platform, and B, the main home buyers are on Facebook. So Facebook has really turned the demographic there is boomers and up. And that's why all the kids got off of Facebook, which is right, exactly, because everyone moved to Instagram or other platforms. However, that makes Facebook really good for marketing for real estate, because that's the age that can buy real estate or is. Yes, and we can help you with that, setting up the page and everything. Because I don't think we've had an appointment yet, right? Oh, cool. Welcome. Wow. Wow. I bet that was a lot then all at once, but yeah, meet with us and we'll set that up with you so you don't have to worry about it. We do have videos too on how to set that up. So, in the meantime, just shoot me an email if you don't mind with anything I said that you want. Just contact JuLeah Designs and I'll send that right over and we can book an appointment too. Yeah, for sure. How you doing? Doing okay?
Yeah, I never did get a house on this page, but can you change things yourself? Like
That
I
all-
need the office
Yeah, that all pulls from your command marketing profile. So yeah, I might have the office number duplicating as yours.
probation, you're supposed to have office.
Right. So yeah, if you click on your name, then settings from that drop down. Then on the left-hand side, you'll click connect settings once that loads. Beautiful. And then that marketing profile right there. You're right. Awesome. Now you can scroll down. And then it'll be. Yeah, perfect. You doing okay, Jeanette?
You know how green.
Mhm.
You know how those five pictures.
Yes.
So we can modify like the first one, you said.
Yeah.
Like put contact information.
Yeah, like if you had do you have a Facebook banner or anything that already is branded to you? She just made a Facebook banner that had her logo on it and stuff. So, and we can help you with that as well. Like in Canva, you can just create pretty simple designs. Yeah, I enjoyed that quite a bit, but as long as you're making it this way is the key, right? It would need to be that direction. Yeah, and then if you just then save it as a picture, then Scott Lori Marketing can even do it, or you can upload it as well, but they'll resize it for you, which is nice because it's kind of a hassle, in my opinion.
Okay.
But yeah, even if it's just like their logo and like too, if we have an appointment coming up, I don't know, like we can show you how to like cut your headshot out. So it can just be standing there in front of a house or something. So just know like too, like if you bring it in with Canva and like we can play with it together, best practices we've seen and stuff. So. 'Cause yeah, like, do you have an email signature banner? Okay, yeah. I find that helps like as you're creating that is so if you're creating the email signature banner, then doing the Facebook banner at the same time, because it's like the same and then like and then match exactly. And then it makes your workflow pretty easy because okay, I already put everything on my email signature. I just need some of this or whatever. So again, we can dive into that, but if you want to start playing, so command. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. And do you have Canva like Pro or the basic kind? You don't need the Pro version. Command has a design section. It's just a little less user friendly than Canva. Canva, the only reason it prompts you to pay is if like you want this picture or this cool element, it'll be a Pro feature, and it's like $12 a month, so it's nothing crazy, but it's another monthly payment. But so you can absolutely do it without any of that. So just so you know when you're looking for it, though, if you see like little crowns on certain elements, that's a Pro. But there's definitely, if you do enough looking, like, so my point is though too, if you like go into Canva and create an account, it's free if you haven't already, and you just search real estate email signatures or real estate Facebook banners. They're just all in the exact size it needs to be. And I mean, they're just really user-friendly templates, Yeah. Yeah. It's Canva is great. It's so easy. It's just drag and drop. No. You'll see on some of the templates, I think you can, there's like an option on the left-hand side that lets you look at just free ones, but even the templates, some of them will have the little crown icon and some don't. So it really, if anything, it's just more annoying that you have to like kind of dig through to find the free ones so I think I would recommend, let's try it with the free one. Yeah. Cause I think it's totally doable. And even if you start looking and get an idea of what your branding, what you want to look like is that more whimsical? Like, do you like the stronger looking email signatures that are more corporate? Like, I know that, yeah, even if it's in the smallest idea, we can help bring that to life if you have an idea of, and even if it's like a paid one, if you like take a screenshot of it, we can then help you like, and you're like, oh, I just love this branding, but it's a paid one. We can then try to figure it out so that it'll work for you. We know lots of workarounds. So I would say your main homework, yeah, just figuring out what you want, and then we can turn that into life. There's one that's Pixabay, and then Joel's also told you about Pexels, which is I think Pexels. Same exact concept.
So for I was trying
Mhm.
do you have, in order to find the free ones, do you have, like, how do you find them?
Yeah, so there's just which we found out in a meeting today is there's a line of sponsored images at the top that do cost, but then right under it says they're royalty free ones. So for example, like when I searched, so I'm on Pixabay, let's say I searched homes. So it always has this line is the paid ones to try to get you. Yeah. And I honestly didn't even realize that was there until today. And so yeah, I kind of look out for that, but no, it should never charge you, which is amazing. Yeah. Yes. So it will be there. It does not show up if you don't have any featured listings there. Exactly, right. So you can click on select listings and it'll pull from
Since I don't have any,
yeah,
can I put someone 7?
exactly. So in that case, you'll just change it from only my listings to all listings.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I mean, from what Sabre says, though, it does need to be a KWB listing to be there. Exactly. Yes. Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, you don't have to ask permission or anything from what I've heard. There is like a to feature the listing right there. Now there is a co-marketing listing agreement, that a form that you would have to sign like between the agent if you're promoting that like as a Facebook ad, like if you were going to market another agent's listing on a Facebook ad or a flyer, right? You can do that. It's just the agreement is saying basically when it goes under contract, you won't still be marketing it as active. So I'll run that by Sabre to make sure she doesn't want the form signed for featured listings as well, but that would be a lot, and it automatically updates for you, right? So like when it's active, it then automatically goes under contract and sold, so it doesn't make you liable in that regard. Oh, like by a certain search, I think, I want to say, let me see if you can search by zip code or anything. Right. Yeah, I believe you should just even be able to tell Scott Lorry Marketing that criteria too. Let me see real quick what it's pulling based on again. Yeah, I would definitely start by, and I don't know if they can, they'll tell you where their limitations are. But as far as asking Scott, I would just, ask him, hey, can you feature, KWB listings in 28173 or whatever, right? And if he'll tell you what they can do around that. If they need like an exact zip, if they need an exact MLS number, what they need. Pretty soon, I think this is going to be going to automatic. I have heard teasers about this. So this is kind of like a manual upkeep in the meantime until they formally launch that feature. But yeah. All right, guys. Well, you guys know how to book appointments with us, I believe, kwvresources.com. Yeah, and feel free, outside of the appointments, because I know we book up like a week in advance. So feel free to like come to these mini sessions if you need us to, email Scott Lorry Marketing. Just know that you're never alone in your technology, because